What is up, everyone? It is, I don't even know what today, Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. My days are all messed up. I haven't played in a few days. Again, I'm on a deadline to get a book to an editor. I got less than a month, and I don't know if I'm going to make it, so I've been working really hard on that. So I haven't been playing as much. But don't worry, we'll get there. I've already got the next two games lined up. Going back to 1983 next, then back to 1986. I have a golf tournament all ready to go. I've already done the first three rounds, the qualifying as I like to call it. So that's ready to go. A lot of stuff going on here, but in order to get to those, we got to finish this. And in this game, it is going to be the start of the second half. San Diego currently leading the Dolphins. We're in 1986. San Diego leading the Dolphins 16-14. Both quarterbacks having great days. Not a lot of rushing yards from either team, but that's kind of what we expected based on their rankings. Again, Miami, 43 on the pass, 39 on the runs. They're still above average running team. They just they're a 65% pass team on the year. So they're going to pass a lot more than they run. The Chargers, down more near the average, 34 on the pass, but only 31 on the run, so they're not running much either. And they're actually a little bit more of a passing team at 56-44, 55-45. So you're seeing more pass plays get called by them also. Got a bit of a shootout here. Again, 16-14. Miami will kick off to start the second half. So let's get that started. Kicking off will be Fuad Reves. So you don't need to use. I'm gonna try to use. I always use my dice. I've got my golf. Is it called a meeple? Is that what that thing's called? I'm gonna use that for some of these kickers and things like that. So, all right, here we go. Let's get the kicking chart open here. I also, and it's not gonna matter for this game, but I also printed out. I typed up and printed out the injury list, so it's up here now. So anytime there's an injury, I don't got to go to the book. It's right there. I've got my return chart, my penalties, and my injuries all typed out and ready to go. So I don't have to worry about going to the book for that. Everything else, I got the one book here for the plays. I got this book for your rare plays and your kicking and things like that. So we got stuff all over the place here. I feel like I'm playing in one of those NASCAR games where you sit down inside the thing and then you got the monitor that goes all the way around you. Except it's old school paper and pencil and dice and cards and stuff. So anyway, all right, let's get started here. So kicking off is Fuad Reves. 45 for Reves is a 9. And that's going to be 59-0-10. So our up man is going to take that, and that is going to be Lionel L. Train James. So 59-yard kickoff. Fuad Reves, and 0-10, the L Train. Let's see what he can do with a return here. Whoops, throw my red die around. There we go. 46 for Lionel James. That'll be, let's see, is that our K column? Yeah, K column 26. So that's not great. He'll get 13 yards on the return. And the Chargers, up by 2, will start 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Where are you at, L Train? Lyle James. Let's go up here. 13. Okay. All right. 1st and 10 at the 19 now. And we're just going to go standard offense here for a while. A 16, that's a short pass. All right. Is that right? Yeah. All right. A 42. 42 is Gary Anderson. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the defense. 42 on your defense. Miami's on the left. That is CS. And then 56 is your receiver. That'll be Lionel James. He'll be your receiver. And he is an A on short passes. So we're going to go from CS down to BS. We'll start with short pass, BS. Fouts to Lionel James. Oh, a 43 is yucky. It's a 29. And Dan Fouts to get thrown for a loss on the quarterback sack. He'll lose 4 yards on the play. Getting in the backfield for the Dolphins was probably somebody whose last name started with a B. 14. That is Bob Baumhauer. It is a B. Bob Baumhauer gets into the backfield, and he takes down Fouts. And it's 2nd and 14. Let's go short pass heavy here. A 12. That is a short pass. All right, a 13 on your defense. That's a BS. And a 14. That's going to be Wes Chandler. He's an A, so make it an AS. So we'll go short pass AS. Fouts to Wes Chandler. 42. That's going to be complete. Chandler's going to get 11 yards on the play. Nice little manageable third down here. 3rd and 3 after the 11-yard gain. Dan Fouts, by the way, in this game is 18 of 24 for 265. He's having a day. All right, let us go 3rd and 3. Let's go standard here. And we get an 18 medium pass. So Fouts not content with that short stuff. 43 on your defense is BG, and 41 is Gary Anderson, and he is an A. So we'll go AG. Oh, the Dolphins in the wrong defense here. We'll go AG. Fouts to Gary Anderson. Going to dump it off a little bit here. It's 51. It's going to be complete. It's a big gainer. He'll get 29 yards. Fouts hits Gary Anderson for 29. That is a first down. They're going to get all the way out to the 45, the Dolphins 45, as they cross midfield. And we'll go standard. And it's an 8. That'll be outside run. So Fouts going to give his arm a rest. We're going to pitch it out. 63 on your defense. Oh, that's not good. They're playing the pass here. That's a BD. And 25 is Gary Anderson. So Gary Anderson against a BD on the outside run. He runs outside. Yeah. 65. Oh, a 24. And he is going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. One of the linebackers came up and got him. Good play. So that's going to be Anderson for nothing. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10 now at the 45. We're going to short pass. All right, 41. 41's an AS. 24, Kellen Winslow. As I said in the last video, don't Google his son. 41 is AS. Winslow's an AS, so we'll stay at AS. A short pass, AS. Fouts to Winslow. 41. 41's a 20, and that is going to drop incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 10. And we'll go short pass heavy here for the Chargers. And we will get a 9. I'm sorry, 9. That'll be a short pass. A 31 on your defense is a CS. 22 is Winslow. He's an A. Make it a BS. So we'll go short pass. Fouts to Winslow. 52. That is usually a quarterback scramble, and that is what it is in this case. Dan Fouts not liking what he's seeing. How old is he in this thing? 51. He is 35. So this is we're nearing the end of Dan Fouts' career here. So he's a 35-year-old. He's on a scramble. Our original defense was a CS. So that's what we'll go to. And we're going to Fouts outside run. 3rd and 10. Needs a big play, and he is not going to get it. 16 is a 28. He's going to get thrown for a 7-yard loss. Now, in the past, if you're wondering, in real life, I believe this would be a quarterback sack. But when I was playing this in the 1989 season, and it was happening a lot where the quarterback would scramble but then lose yards, I called it a sack. Then after a while, I realized I was having so many sacks per game that I just didn't like it. So I started calling this a quarterback run. It's just a loss of 7. That's what I'm going to call it. Even though statistically or realistically it's probably not correct, statistically I like the way it works out better. So that's why I do that. So that's going to be a quarterback run, Fouts, -7. And I'll go quarterback forced run here, and it's going to be 3rd and 17. And they're going to go back across midfield to their own side of the field, and they're going to have to punt it out here. So let's bring out Ralph Mosienko, the punter for the Chargers. And he is going to try to pin him deep. 12. 12 is a 10. And that is going to be a 42-yard punt. So it'll be taken at the 10-yard line. So Mosienko for 42. It's taken by, is it D9? Or D10, I mean, yeah. So it's D10, so it's going to be Craig Ellis, the primary punt returner for Miami. Oh, no. 63 is always fun. That's a 32. And do we have one? Do we have one? 30. Oh, it's 3 yards and an injury. We did not get the rare play. It's 3 yards and an injury, but we're not playing injuries in 1986. So give Craig Ellis. Craig? Yeah, give Craig Ellis 3 yards on the return. And the Dolphins start 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line, trailing 16-14. I believe I've said this in the first video. In real life, San Diego won this game. Again, let's look at these rankings real quick. 43 for passing for Miami, 39 rush. Defense, not so good, 32-31. And then we look at the Chargers. Keep in mind that 43-39. The Chargers, 34-31. Significantly lower. And in fact, Miami, their defensive cards are -2 against the pass and an even against the run, whereas the Chargers are a -13. Dan Marino should be passing the ball up and down the field on the pass, and they're a -6 against the run. On paper, Miami is just far and away better than this San Diego team. But again, in real life, San Diego won this game 50-20 something. And in my game right now, they're winning 16-14. And I'll ask the question I've been asking for the last few weeks. How does the game do it? How does it know when the upset's going to happen? It is amazing to me. So very realistic. I love it. I'm not looking for realism where it's got to be down to the last stat, down to the last score. I'm more of a feel guy. I like it to feel more realistic, and this feels so realistic to me. All right, let's keep it going. Even with all my tweaks, it feels realistic. So, okay, Miami with the ball. 1st and 10. Their own 13. Thanks for letting me rant there for a minute. Or soliloquy. Did I just soliloquize? Is that a word? All right, here we go. So Miami with the ball. Standard offense. All right, come on now. Got to go through the dice tower. 11. That'll be a short pass. And we got to go back inside the 14 for that board. All right, 44. So your receiver is going to be Lorenzo Hampton. And on a short pass, he's an A. He's your starting halfback. 53 is BS, so we'll make it an AS. Marino going to dump it off to Lorenzo Hampton. 56 for Marino is a 19. It is going to be just out of reach, just incomplete. Make it 2nd down. $17, that'll be a short pass. 54. We got 54 on both sides. 54-54 if man is still alive. 54 on your defense is AG. 54 on your receiver is going to be Dan Johnson. I don't know who Dan Johnson is. It's a very generic name. Dan Johnson. There he is. He's a backup tight end, backup fullback. He also returned a kickoff or two, getting no yards. He just kind of fell on an onside kick, I would assume. C2, he's going to be a receiver, so he's a C. So this AG becomes a BG. So short pass BG, Marino to Dan Johnson is probably his first target of the game. 24 for Marino is an 11. That's going to be complete. And he'll find him for 10 yards, a 1st down. Johnson's get pushed out of bounds right at the sticks. And they'll bring out the measurement, and they'll give him the 1st down. All right. Up to the 23-yard line for the Dolphins, trying to get that lead back. Or get it. I don't remember if they ever had the lead. So get that lead back, get it for the first time, whatever. Just get the lead. And we're going to short pass. Okay, a 26 and a 61. So 26 on your receiver is Ronnie Davenport, and he is a C. 61 is a BS, so we'll stay at BS. Short pass BS, Marino to Davenport. Oh, 54, and we're going to have a penalty. 36, 12 yards, but flags are down. So let's check the TH. 63, that should be on the offense. That is going to be an illegal formation on the offense. That is 5 yards, and we'll stay at first down. Miami's third penalty of the game. Two guys moving there at the same time. Motion. All right, back to the 18-yard line. We'll stay standard here on first down because Miami passes all the time. There's another short pass. They've run 32 plays now. They've got 25 passes. All right, 14. So we're going to go with one of the Marks brothers. Let's go Mark Duper. He's an A. 46 is an AS. A short pass AS. Marino to Mark Duper. Oh my, Marino connects. Big gain here. 19 yards down the sideline. Duper gets both feet in and then falls out of bounds. Great placement by Marino there. 19. And that's going to be a first down out to the 37-yard line. Marino cracks 200 yards, trying to catch up with Fouts, who has 294 already. All right, a 16. 16 is a short pass. 62. 62 is Tony Nathan, and he's an A. 64 is a BS, make it an AS. So we'll go Marino to Nathan, BS. 34. Another penalty. 11 yards, but flags are down again. Referees must have bet on San Diego in this game, trying to hold them back here, hold the Dolphins back. So we got an 11 TH. Let's check the H. 46, and I see a hold against Miami as the call. Another penalty on this drive. Marino's good enough to overcome those penalties, but if you keep doing it over and over again, he's going to miss one. First and 20. Back on the 27-yard line. Standard offense. We're going to go with a 5. They're going to run the ball. Go outside run. Outside run. 44. 44 is Ronnie Davenport, our fullback, and he can go outside. 65 is an AS. So outside run, Davenport against an AS. 23. He's going to go backwards. He'll lose 3 yards hitting the backfield by this Chargers defense. Leslie O'Neal getting in there. All right, so Davenport -3. They always say you got to hold that corner, and that time Leslie O'Neal held that corner, held that gap. Second and 23, back at their own 24. And let's go. We gotta go pass here. Let's go medium pass heavy. And it's gonna be a 7. It'll be a short pass. $22 and 65. 65 is an AS. 22 is Bruce Hardy. He is a tight end. He is an A, so we'll stay at AS. So we'll go Marino to Bruce Hardy on the short pass. 16, that's going to be incomplete. Just out of the reach of the tight end. And Marino misses him. I talked earlier about Marino being my second favorite quarterback back then, pretty much of all time. But back then, my number one favorite quarterback, I hope you guys are following the story. Bernie Kosar just had a liver transplant yesterday morning, which he desperately needed. I'm very, very happy about that. I hope everything works out okay. I've been following his Instagram. It saddens me to look at him. It's the same way it saddens me to look at Michael J. Fox and see what they look like now because of what they're going through, because I was such a fan when I was a kid. But yeah, Bernie had that liver transplant. I saw his Instagram. He posted it after he was done. Seemed happy, but he always seems happy. So All right. 3rd and 23. Let's go medium pass heavy here. And it will be a 15. That is a medium pass. Oh, a 14. It's going to be Mark Duper. Marino going to look deep for him. 45. 45 is a BS, making an AS. So medium pass AS, Marino to Duper. 14. It's a 32. And it's incomplete. Incomplete on the pass. And Marino struggling here to find these guys down the field. It's going to be 4th down and a whole bunch. 4th and 23. So let's bring out Reggie Roby, one of the all-time great punters in this sport. Try to kick it away to the Chargers. 52 for Roby is a 6. And that is going to be 40 D10. So he'll kick it out to the, what is that, the 36, I think? So 40 D10. Yeah, taken by Gary Anderson at the 36. 25 for Anderson. 25 is an 11. And he is going to get 7 yards on the return and set up the Chargers with pretty good field position here. So Anderson for 7. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 43 for San Diego. Up 2, trying to build that lead. Well, we got 9:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Both teams have had the ball once. Both teams have punted. San Diego's going to start with a short pass. 33 on the defense. Miami's ready for it. That's a BD. 51 is Buford McGee. He's a C. So we're going to stay at BD. So McGee, CD on the medium pass. Oh, no, that was a short pass. 16 is a short pass. So BD for McGee. All right, Fouts back. Oh, he's going to toss it over the middle and find him. And McGee is going to scramble for 12 yards. Good play by Fouts to start the drive. Finds his fullback. Starting fullback? No, not his starting fullback, but he finds a fullback. It's going to be 1st and 10 Chargers. They're going to get to the Dolphins 45 again. That's where they got to in the last drive and then stalled out. See if they can do it again here. Standard. 11. 11 is a short pass. And oh, look at that defense. They're waiting for it. It's an 11. That's a BD. And then we've got a 12. 12 is going to be Wes Chandler making an AD. Short pass 80. Fouts to Chandler. 54. And are we about to have a penalty? 36. 10-yard completion. Chandler dances, turns around, and then sees flags down. I always like it when the offensive players do that. They get in their fun dances, then they turn around and they go from I love it. It's great. Flag down. Let's check the TH. 14. That is going to be holding against the offense. And again, the Chargers get to the 45-yard line of the Dolphins and go backwards, just like they did in the last drive. All right, 1st and 20 now. And we're going to short pass. All right, a 19. That's a medium pass. 65 is AS, and 22 is Kellen Winslow. So we're going to go Fouts to Kellen Winslow, short pass, AS. Wait, short pass? No, medium pass, AS. All right, here we go for Fouts. 63 is a 31, and we've been flirting with it, and we finally get the rare play, RP7. And we will, let's see here, let me get the rare play loaded up here. I couldn't access ChatGPT earlier this morning. There was some kind of a Cloudflare, some company that like runs the internet or something. I don't know. They were down briefly, but they're back. So let me pull up my my APBA football rare play creator, my generator. Again, I use this on RP3 and RP7 because those are the ones that come up the most, and I keep getting the same ones over and over again. So I figured let's just generate new ones each time. That could be fun or boring, but either way, they're just something new. I'll grab my keyboard here, and all you do if you want to use this, go to ChatGPT, go into the custom GPT library, and type APBA. You should see it. It's probably the only thing there that has to do with APBA, unless there's some bull riding association things. And all you do then is all you really need to type is, let's see, it's, what is it, 1st and 20? Yeah. So we'll just go first. So we'll go Miami at San Diego, week 1, 1986 replay. And I do that because ChatGPT knows the players and understands all that. And then you can go 1st and 20. We'll go San Diego. San Diego with the ball. 1st and 20 on the -45. Medium pass was the play call. And who was it? Was it Winslow, 22? And then I can say Fouts to Winslow. And then I can say for fun, Winslow, don't Google his son, because it's pretty disturbing what that guy did. And I don't mean his Browns career. That was disturbing too, but I'm talking about after his Browns career. Anything else I need to know here? Yeah, let's put the score in there. Chargers currently lead 16-14. And then and again, all you really need, let's see, 8:30 to go in the third quarter. All you actually need is the down the distance, the yard line, the play call. That's all you need. You could put in there. I like to put a lot of stuff in there because then ChatGPT will generate a story for me sometimes, and I can say, if I want to, I can just say generate a fun story for each one. And you don't have to do that, but you can give ChatGPT all kinds of fun instructions and they'll do it. So let me take my glasses out here because I am not going to read these. I like to read them fresh. So there's your 2 and your 3. All right, there is 4 and 5. You can pause at any point if you want to read them. Here is 6, 7, right? Oh, sorry, that was for the kids. Little 6, 7 action. Let's see. There's 8 and 9. There's 10, 11, and there is 12. All right, so let's roll some dice. Here we go. Rare play 7. We roll an 8. All right. Surprise hit. Ball pops up. Fouts. Steps up in the pocket. Delivers to Winslow down the middle. Just as D5 levels him. That is Greg Little nailing him. The ball pops straight into the air and it lands harmlessly into 07's hands. That is Winslow. So it was Winslow. He got nailed. The ball popped back into his hands, who falls forward for a gain of 9. Official scoring gives the completion to Winslow. 07 gets credit for the yak. Well, that's Winslow also. So it's going to be a 9-yard completion. So we'll go pass. Fouts to Winslow for 9. And it is going to be 2nd down and 11 as Fouts goes over 300 yards. Actually, I think he went over 300 yards in the last one, but he's now over 300. He is 21 of 28. That's 75% for you math majors. That's really, really good. So let's keep it up here. Second 11. Let's go standard here. We can handle the run play. So a 9, and that will be a run play. That's an outside run. All right. Oh, look at that defense. 66. They are ready for that run play. 17,000 pass plays in a row, and they finally call the defense against the run when they're running. That's a CG. 23 is Gary Anderson. So Gary Anderson, I try to surprise him with a run play, but the Dolphins are ready for it. 42. It's an 18, and he'll pick up 3. So it's going to be Gary Anderson for 3. Chargers up to 41 yards rushing as a team. Dolphins only have 15. 3rd and 8. Let's go short pass heavy here on 3rd and 8. I would love to use ChatGPT on every play I run. It would just take too long. Although ChatGPT does know the down and distance, I could probably tell it. I could probably just type. In fact, let's do that. Let's just see what happens here. I'm not going to use it, but I could probably just go. I could go outside run Gary. So you'd have to type every time. You'd have to type every time, and that would take some time, and I really wouldn't want to do that. So, and look at that bench clearing mayhem. Plus, these rare plays, you can't have them on every single play. It'd be nice though if there was a way to do this, because then you get like the story with each play instead of having to. Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with making it up in your head, but still. All right, I'm gonna quit rambling now. All right, where are we at? 3rd and 8. We're gonna short pass, Abby. A 3, that'll be a short pass. $64. 64 is Pete Houlihan. Pete Houlihan, the tight end. That's a name I have not said in a long time. Where's Pete Houlihan? Where is Hot Lips? There he is. ET2, backup tight end. B3, I mean, he's a pretty good player. He's a B. Unfortunately, he's playing behind Kellen Winslow. He's a B. 60. Oh, I did that completely wrong. 61 is not Pete Houlihan. All that, and I made a mistake. 61 is actually going to be Lionel James. That's your receiver. He's an A. 64 is your defense. And that's a CS. Make it a BS. So a short pass, Fouts to Gary Anderson. 26 for Fouts. Oh, it's a 19, and it's incomplete. And yet again, they cannot get into better. They get across the 50 and then can't go any further. That was going to be Gary Anderson. No, that was going to be Lionel James. Incomplete. And it's 4th down. 4th and 8. 43. Going to bring out Ralph Mosienko again. Try a little coffin corner punt here. 34, and we're going to have a penalty. So 34 is a 36. 36 is 22 D11 TZ. So he kind of shanks it a little bit, but we have a penalty. Let's see what the penalty is. 45 T's. Oh, it's going to be holding on the offense. And let's see what happens with the return, because a 22-yard punt seems like a nice return here. That's going to be D11. That's your backup punt return. That's going to be James Pruitt. 35 for Pruitt is a 10. And he'll get 10 yards on the return. And yeah, they'll definitely decline the penalty here. So they'll go punt. Mosienko for 22. And it's going to be Pruitt for 10. A net 12 yards on that punt. That's not great. 1st and 10 Dolphins out to their own 31-yard line. And they'll get their chance here. Their second time taking the ball. And they're going to start with a 1. That's an inside run. So Miami got to try to mix it up a little bit here and actually run the ball. 56. That is going to be Woody Bennett. So Woody, the backup fullback, getting a chance here. He's the backup. Him and Davenport are both 2s. It's just Davenport got more carries that year, so I got Davenport as a starter and Bennett as the second string. 31 in your defense is a CS. So inside run CS, Woody Bennett. Come on, Woody. Oh, a big one, an 11. That's a 4, and he'll get 11 yards on the run. So Woody Bennett breaks through the line there. Puts both hands on the ball, puts his head down, and just runs until he gets knocked down. And he gets 11. All right, 1st and 10 out to the 42. They're already right at the same spot that the Chargers punted from. We're going to go 8. And that's going to be a short pass. All right. Oh, another 11. 11 is going to be Mark Duper. He's an A. 63. That's an AG. Oh, that minus 13 card is really hurting him there. That's an AG. So Marino to Duper. AG. 64. It's an 8. It's going to be complete. And Mark Duper is going to get 12 yards. Well, that's a 1st down. And I believe that crosses the 50, right? Yeah, they're down to the Chargers 46, down by 2. Love to get into field goal range. Would love even more to get in the end zone. It's an 11. That's going to be a short pass. 35 and 65. 65 is an AS. 35 is Mark Clayton. Let's go to the other Marks, brother. AS, Marino to Clayton. 46 for Marino is a 17. It's going to be complete, and he'll get 4 yards. So a little pass over the middle to Clayton. He turns around and gets popped, but he gets 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 now, down to the Chargers 42. All right, we have an 8. 8 skate donate, as my dad used to say. 8 is going to be a short pass. 64, we're going to throw it to Tony Nathan. Tony Nathan is an A on short passes. He's one of those 5 A's. Again, I actually reprinted this because I didn't highlight Mark Clayton, so I reprinted it now. Mark Clayton highlighted. So we've got all the A's highlighted on short passes there. Both running backs and the tight end are B's on longer passes, but 5 A's. That's going to help Marino complete more passes. 42 on your defense. It's a BS, so make it an AS. So we'll go Marino to Tony Nathan. 62 is 18. That's going to be complete, but Tony Nathan's going to lose a yard. Tried to dump it off to him there behind the line of scrimmage, and he could not get back to the line of scrimmage, and he is going to lose 1 on the completion. So Marino to Nathan. And it's going to be 3rd and 7 now at the 43. Both teams getting to the 40s of the other team, crossing that 50 and stalling out. Let's see if Miami stalls out. Short pass heavy. And it's an 18, so it's going to be a medium pass. 26 is Ronnie Davenport. He's a C. And then 41 is an AS. Make it a BS. Marino can't find anybody downfield, so he's going to dump it off to Davenport and hope Davenport can do something with the ball. And it's not even going to get to Davenport. 21, that's going to be just incomplete. Almost intercepted by the linebacker coming in on that thing, trying to time it perfectly. But the ball hits the ground, and they're going to have to punt. Oh, my. Neither team can sustain a drive here. 4th and 7 from the 43. Bring in Reggie Roby. Aim for that 1-yard line. 32 is not going to do it. 32 is an 8. And it will go out of bounds at the 16. Oh, just a little bit short there. Punted it to the sideline. Just couldn't get it out of there. That's a 27-yard punt. And the Chargers take over. 3rd drive of the 3rd quarter. All 4 drives so far for both teams have resulted in punts. This is the 3rd time the Chargers are going to get the ball. So a very low-scoring game compared to real life. A lot of offense, just no scoring here. All right, 1. They're going to start with an inside run. All right, 36. 36 is BS. 21 is Gary Anderson. So Gary Anderson against the BS. Big one. That's an 11. Gary Anderson, that's a 15, and he's going to pick up 18 yards. So Gary Anderson gets him out to the 34-yard line. Big run there. But that hasn't been the trouble for them. The trouble has been when they cross the 50. 1st and 10 to the 34. And we'll go 14. That's a short pass. 23 on your defense is CG. And 24 is Kellen Winslow. Make it a BG. So short pass, BG. Fouts to Winslow. Oops. BG. Oh, 41. That is a 20. Boy, that is incomplete. Both quarterbacks flirt with interceptions here in this 3rd quarter, and that is going to be incomplete to Winslow. Winslow by far, I think, has the most targets for the Chargers in this game. All right, 2nd and 10. Let's go standard again. All right, we have a 17. That's a short pass. 25 on defense is an AD. And 21, you know who that is? It's Kellen Winslow. So we're going to stay at AD. So short pass AD. Fouts looking for Winslow. 51, that'll be complete. Oh, that's a good one. He'll get 9 yards. He'll find him over the middle. He'll get 9, make it 3rd and 1. All right. 3rd and 1 at the 43. We'll go big here. Bring out all the fat guys. And we have a 9. That's an inside run. 63. Oh, they're looking for the pass. That's a BD. 51. Give it to Tim Spencer, the fullback. So Spencer against a BD on the inside run. Gonna hand it off to the up man. That thing where they take the snap and immediately just turn and hand it to the fullback who's just running downhill. BD. 56 for Spencer is a 24, and he'll get it. He'll get 4 yards on the run. So Spencer gets 4, and it's first down. Down to the 47. 2:45 to go in this quarter. Right, 12. That'll be a short pass. 64. 64 is CS. And 34. That's Gary Anderson. He's an A. Make it a BS. So Fouts to Gary Anderson. 45. 45 is an 11. That's complete. Oh, I probably should go to the short pass board. Was that a BS? 64 is a CS. He's an A. Make it a BS. There we go. And that will be complete. And that'll be complete for 4 yards for Gary Anderson. So Fouts hits Anderson for 4. And that was a 30-second play. It is second down and 6 now. They cross the 50 again. Get to the 49. So here's where it gets a little bit dangerous for the Chargers. Let's go standard. A 12. Stop me if you heard this before, but it's a short pass. And it is going to be Wes Chandler. He's an A. 45 is a BS. Make it an AS. All right, so Fouts to Chandler. 42, that'll be complete. And he'll get 11 yards and a first down. They'll get inside the 40. All right, down to the 30-something. 11 yards, down to the 38. Miami's 38, the Chargers go. 145. Stay standard. A 3. Let's go inside run, but the Dolphins are waiting for it. That's an 11. 35 will be, that'll be Curtis Adams. So Curtis Adams is a 35. He'll be your backup halfback coming in for Gary Anderson. 11 is a CG. And that is not good for the offense. CG on the run play. So Curtis Adams. Here we go. 13. Oh, it's a 21. Again. So 21. That was a CG. And he'll lose a couple of yards back into the 40s. It's fun while it lasted. So Curtis Adams is going to lose 2. And it is 2nd and 12. Let's go short pass heavy here. 19. That is a medium pass. 42 for the Dolphins is going to be a CS. 62 is going to be Lionel James. He's a B on medium passes. So we're going to stay at CS. So medium pass CS. Fouts to Lionel, the L Train James. 62 for Fouts. It's a 20. Oh, it's almost intercepted. Man, especially Fouts, they are flirting with that interception. It's going to be incomplete. Tipped up in the air at the line of scrimmage and then knocked down to the ground. 3rd and 12 now. Are they going to do it again? Let's go medium pass heavy here. We'll get a 1. That's a short pass. 21. 21 is BS. And 26 is Charlie Joyner. He's a B. So let's stay BS. Medium pass. Dan Fouts to Charlie Joyner. I believe he's a 35-year-old Charlie Joyner during this season. Oh, no, 34. It's picked off. There's the interception. W64, but we have a penalty. Let's check penalty first, make sure it's not false start or delay game, because in that case, the play didn't happen. We just called it a 5-yard penalty. So it's a W64TH. 23. That is going to be false start. Oh, the penalty saves the Chargers. The play never happens. Chargers are going to go back 5 yards. They're going to get into their normal area in this third quarter to where they end up punting, but it's still third down. They still got a chance here. All right, so false start. 3rd and 17 now back at the 45. Let's go medium pass heavy. The 17, that is a medium pass. 45, that is Eric Sievers, the tight end, the backup tight end. He's a C. I did that wrong, actually. So that goes there, that goes there. So 42 on your defense is, I did that completely wrong. That is a CS, 45. Oh, it is Eric Sievers. All right, so it's Eric Sievers, the tight end. It is a BS, so we'll stay at BS. No, it's a CS. So we'll stay there. And we'll go Fouts looking for Eric Sievers on 3rd and 17. 22, Fouts, he'll find him. He'll find him down the field. It'll be a 20-yard pickup. It'll be a first down. Fouts to Eric Sievers. Wow. 1st and 10 down to the 25. Big play for Dan Fouts. And now we're going to be at the last play of the quarter. 15 seconds ago. This will be the last play, and we can go standard here. Now we have a 5. That'll be an that's an inside run. And we are going to go. Finally, we get to go to a new board that's inside the 30. I haven't done that the whole quarter. So we're an inside run. And it's going to, oh, the Dolphins, though, they're waiting for it. That's an 11. 11 is going to be a CG. 25 is Curtis Adams. So Curtis Adams inside CG. This is the last time he ran the ball was against the CG. 36, that's a 22, and he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Curtis Adams. And that will end the quarter. No scoring in that quarter. And it is going to be 16-14 still. Chargers holding on to this 2-point lead. Finally broke through that barrier and got inside the 30. Now can they capitalize? Let's go to the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10. And they're going to start with a 17. That's a short pass. 22. 22 on your defense is BD. Oh, and 11. Look at that. Look at that roll. 22 and an 11. 11 is Wes Chandler. He's an A. So 22 is going to become an AD. We are in the fourth quarter. So we're going to go Fouts to Wes Chandler. Oh, another 22. Another 5. And where are we at here? We are here. And that was what? 22 on the defense was BD, but he's an A. So make it 8. Wait, 22. Yeah, make it AD. And then I rolled a 44 and a 22, and a 22 is a 5. Or is it a 6? It's actually, yeah, it's a 5. And he'll get 11 yards. So Wes Chandler, 11 yards, goes out of bounds. Gets down inside the 15 to the 14. And the Chargers. Dan Fouts, 26 of 36, 370. What a game. All right, standard offense. Whoops. Just throw those dice around, why don't I? Oh, man. It got caught under my desk chair. Do I have another green one? Of course I do. I showed you guys the dice last time. There we go. There's a green one. All right. Okay. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 14. A 4. That's an inside run. 44. I keep rolling doubles for the Dolphins, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. That's a BG. 55 is Buford McGee, the fullback, against a BG on the inside run. All right, McGee, what do you got, buddy? 65. Oh, it's a 25, and it's no gain. 2nd down and 10. So I guess it is doing stuff on the run plays. It's just not helping on those pass plays at all. All right. 2nd and 10. 16, that'll be a short pass. 61, BS. 16, that is going to be Kellen Winslow. He's an A. Make it an AS. So short pass AS. Fouts to Winslow. 13 for Fouts. That'll be complete. We'll find Winslow for 7 yards. Get down inside the 10. I believe it's 3rd and 3 now. Yep, 3rd and 3 at the 7. So we'll go. Let's go short pass heavy here. All I have is a short pass, so we'll just roll these dice. 12. Oh, they're looking for that run play there. That is a CG. 62 is Lionel James. He is an A. Make it a BG. Short pass on 3rd and 3. Fouts looking for Lionel the L Train James. 35, and he will find him. What will he find him for? He'll find him for 6 yards. He'll get knocked out. He'll stretch the ball out, but he'll just miss the pylon. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 1 after the 6-yard completion. 1st and goal at the 1. Let's go big here. See what the Chargers can do. And we're going to get 5. That's an inside run. 51. 51-41. So 41. That'll be Curtis Adams. He struggled in this second half. It'll be Curtis Adams. 51 is an AG. So Adams, 1st and goal from the 1. Inside run. AG. 25. 25 is a 17, and he will sneak through and get into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Chargers finally break through that barrier around the 35-40 yard line, take it all the way down, get into the end zone. Starting halfback Curtis Adams gets in. Actually, backup halfback Curtis Adams gets in. And it is 22-14 now Chargers. And that's a struggle for the Dolphins right there. They're down 8. Let's kick the extra point with Ralph Benershka. $52. Uh-oh. And 52 is a 16, and that is good. Oh, it is good. Barely good, but it is good. With Benershka, there he is. And it is 23-14 Chargers on top of Miami. On top. I believe it was it 8-8 Miami and 4-12 San Diego? I think that's what it was. All right. Back again. Here we go. Kicking it off. This can be Mosienko kicking off. 54. You know what that means. So that is going to be KOA. Oh, 34. It's not going to be a penalty. What is KOAP? 34. What is that on a kickoff? That is 56-09. All right, so a pretty routine kickoff, a little short for a dice roll like that. So 50, what did I say, 56 or 54? 56-09. So it's taken at the 9-yard line by Craig Ellis. And that was Mosienko, yeah. So Ellis from the 9. Oh, a big return. Big return for Ellis. I don't know how big it's going to be actually because it's a 7. And that is a 39-yard return. 39-yard return for Craig Ellis. Dolphins start 1st and 10 at their own 48. Good field position here to try to get something going. Let's go standard here. We get a 15. That's a short pass. 64. 64 is Tony Nathan, and he is an A on short passes. 23 on your defense is an AG. So we'll go Marino to Tony Nathan against a very tasty AG. 26. 26 is a 16, and that is going to be just. Oh no, we're in this quarter. We're in the 4th quarter now. So instead of an incomplete pass, it's complete for 0. And he actually goes out of bounds. So it's really not a good play. Marino looks over to Tony, trying to avoid the pass rush there. Throws it over to the sideline where Nathan is. Nathan just gets nailed out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Go standard. 11, that's a short pass. 21, that is Bruce Hardy. He is an A, starting tight end. 42 is a BS, make it an AS. A short pass. We'll go Marino to Bruce Hardy. Oh, no, a 34. 34 is a 35. That is complete. 7 yards. But we have flags down. So let's check the TH. 25. That should be on the defense. That is going to be illegal contact. 5 yards. Automatic first down. I like the 7-yard completion off the board. Take the 5 yards in the first down. That's illegal contact. And it's going to be 1st and 10. They're going to get across the 50 on that play. They're at San Diego 47. And they were having trouble too, just like San Diego was getting past that 40. So let's see what they can do with the ball. Oh my God, I just keep throwing dice around. Oh man, there's a white die down here. There's performance chips down here. It's like a treasure trove down there. All right. Okay. Where were we? Oh, we were rolling dice. All right, that's an inside run. 13. It's going to be Lorenzo Hampton. Not many run plays, but look at that defense. Look at that 66 looming there. 66 on that defense is going to be a BG. And 13 is going to be Lorenzo Hampton. So Lorenzo Hampton against the BG. And that right there is the issue with the -6. That -6, you roll a 66, you should never be in anything other than C. But it's a BG because it's a -6. If you look at like the -13, it's an AG. So yeah, it's these. I love these defensive cards. The way that they kind of move it around, throughout around the whole table, the whole time here. So it's gonna be Hampton against the BG. $21 for Lorenzo Hampton. That's a 24. Oh man. When I roll the dice all together, the purple one with the other 4, I forget to flip the board over so many times. All right, so 24, is that what I said? So 21 is 24, and he'll get nothing. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Hampton, no game. I know Hampton led the Dolphins in rushing that year, but I don't think any of their running backs. I would say I don't think they were very good, but they also weren't used as much. I mean, Marino just threw the ball all over the place. All right, so the Dolphins as a team had 645 pass attempts. I got to think just about all of those were his. 2nd and 10. All right, 19. So that's Marino says that's 1 run in a row. That's too many run plays for us. That 1 in a row. So let's get back to the passing here. That was a 62. Medium pass. 16 is Mark Duper. He's an A. 62 is an AS. So we'll go medium pass AS. Marino looking for Mark Duper. AS. All right, Marino back. That quick release, 52, and he's going to pull it down. No, he's going to throw it, and it's going to be just incomplete, almost intercepted. 52 is a 22, and boy, was that close. Almost picked off, but he will live to throw another day, and I believe it's going to be 3rd down. Yeah, 3rd and 10 at the Charger 47. Charger defense, not very highly rated, but playing well today. Let's go short pass heavy. It'll be an 11. That's a short pass. 34. 34 is Mark Clayton. He's an A. 26 is an AS, so we'll stay at AS. So Marino to Clayton, AS. 55 for Marino. He'll find Clayton this time. He'll pick up 14 yards and a first down, and he will run out of bounds. And it is going to be 1st and 10 at the 33. So they broke through the 40 barrier just like San Diego did last time they had the ball. 7, that'll be, that's going to be an outside run. So Marino's going to pitch the ball. They said, listen, Dan, it feels like a pass play if you pitch it. So maybe we can even talk to statistician and giving you an attempt on that one. So he agreed to do the pitch out. 55 is going to be Ron Davenport, the fullback. And 12, that is a CD. So outside run, Davenport, CD. Oh, and Davenport with his own 55. That's a 16, and he'll pick up 12 yards and a first down. So Davenport. There's got to be a couch joke, a lounge joke there somewhere. I don't know what it is, but make it up on your own. Laugh at it and then pretend I said it. All right, so first and 10 at the 21 now for the Dolphins. Trying to get that touchdown back. 14, that'll be a short pass. 62 is Tony Nathan. He's an A. 14 is, was that an AD? Yeah, it's an AD. So short pass AD down inside the 30 now. So short pass AD Marino to Tony Nathan. 62 for Marino is an 18. And that is going to be incomplete. Second down. All right. Second down. 18. That's a medium pass. 35. So medium pass, Mark Clayton. Mark Clayton is an A. 43 is an AD. No, it's an AG. So now we're gonna go medium pass AG Marino to Clayton. All right. Oh, 32. You guys know how I feel about small straights. 20. 32 is a 20. That's incomplete. Third down. All right. Third and 10. Let's go short pass heavy. 13 is a short pass. 22. That is Bruce Hardy, the big tight end. He's an A. 45 is always a BS. Make it an AS. So short pass AS. Marino to Bruce Hardy. 64. That's going to be complete. It's an 8. And that's good for 12 yards and a first down. So Marino to Clayton. No, Bruce Hardy for 12. Now on third down, Marino with a nice play. First and goal at the 9. And we'll stay standard here. So all I have is short pass. What are you doing to me? Whoops. It's already a favorite channel. What are you doing to me? All right. I got Perry Mason on in front of me here. My Roku just asked me if I wanted to make it a favorite channel. It must not know me that well because Perry Mason is a favorite channel already. All right. Let's go standard here. 18. That is a all I have is a short pass. So that will be a short pass. 56. So 61 is Tony Nathan. He's an A. 56 is AS. So we'll go AS, short pass. Marino to Tony Nathan. 63 is a 29, and Marino's going to get sacked. He is going to lose 8 yards on the sack. Oh, man, that was a lot of momentum they had, and then he gets nailed in behind the line. Let's see who got him for the Chargers. 42. Billy Ray Smith. Billy Ray Smith Jr., according to Pro Football Helper. He'll get in there and get the sack. And that is going to be second and 17 now. That's a tough play right there. Second and 17. Let's see. I mean, we got to go short pass heavy. We got medium pass in play, though, so I got to roll the purple die. And we'll get a 6. That's a short pass. 13, that is Mark Duper. 44. 44 on your defense is an AD, so we'll make it an AD. And we'll go Marino to Duper. 55. 55. That is going to be a huge one. That is first down plus 5. That is 22 yards, and that is a touchdown. That is a touchdown, Marino to Duper. And the Dolphins climb back into this thing, 23-20. Let's bring out Fuad Revez to kick the extra point. A 21, that is a 9. And a 9 is good. It is 23-21 now. Both teams scoring touchdowns on their third drive of the second half after punting on their first 2 drives. Both teams doing the same thing here. 9 minutes to go. And let's bring out Revez to kick off. 25. And 25 is a 1. And that is 74-09. 9 yards deep into the end zone. And that will be a touchback. That's going to be who? Gary Anderson? Yeah, he'll still take a knee. All right. Let's give him the touchback here. Gary Anderson. 0 and continue. All right. First and 10 at the 20. 9 minutes to go. Chargers want to get into the end zone here. Field goal at the least, but would love to get into the end zone. And they're going to start with a 12. And you know what that is? It is a short pass. 13 on your defense is BS. 41. Oh, it's Gary Anderson. He's an A. So make it an AS. So short pass AS. Fouts to Gary Anderson. 36 is a 13. And we have an F34. We have a fumble possibility. And you guys know how I am about fumbles. I don't like them. Way too many of them in this game. So I rolled the orange die. 1 through 4, the fumble counts. 5 through 20, it doesn't count. And I use the result of the F34 to determine the result of the play. So here we go. And it is a 5. It will not count. He will bobble it, but it will not be a fumble. F34. So let's use the F34 to determine the play. And you know how these fumbles are. You want to roll good numbers, good offensive numbers, doubles, things like that, to be good plays. And if you roll bad offensive numbers, like 54, 34, 65, 63, then you get into the bad stuff that happens for the offense. So, all right, so it's an F34. Here we go. 13. That's pretty neutral, I think. F34. That is going to be a 10-yard completion from Fouts to Anderson. And just out of my own curiosity, 1 Wes Chandler would have jumped on it, so the offense would have recovered it anyway. All right, so first and 10 now for the Chargers at their own 30. 8.5 to go. Use a lot of time, get in the end zone. That's what their goal is on this drive. Not necessarily in that order, though. 2 is an inside run. 42 is a CS, and 11 is Gary Anderson. Gary Anderson inside run CS. Hold on tight. All right, here we go. Gary Anderson. 51, there you go. That's a 17. And he'll pick up 5. It's 2nd and 5, but that's 30 more seconds off the clock. We're down to 8 minutes. Dolphins still have all their timeouts. Still a lot of time. I mean, 8 minutes is a lot of time. That's a drive each for both teams here. All right, so let's keep it going. Standard offense. A 9, and they're going to run the ball again. Outside run this time. 64 is a CS. 42 is Timmy Spencer. So your fullback taking the outside run against the CS. Big one, 44. That's a 16. Spencer's going to get around the corner, and he is going to go down the sideline and get 10 yards. So 2 big run plays for the Chargers. That's a little different. First and 10, they're at their own 45 now. Dolphins defense got to make a stop here. 2 is another. Oh, that was a 2. 2 is a run. Inside run again. So 3 straight run plays for the Chargers. They're going to play a little conservative here. 22, that's Gary Anderson. So Gary Anderson on the inside run. 31 is a CS. 15, another good dice roll for Anderson. That's a 17, and he'll get 5 more. So Anderson for 5. Chargers running the ball effectively. They're up to 82 yards as a team rushing. And they're at midfield. 2nd and 5 at midfield. All right, 16. There's your short pass. Dan Fouts is like, my arm is fine, boys. Let's do this the right way. 55. 55. That is Lionel James. He's an A. 21 is a BS. Make it an AS. Short pass. Fouts to the L train. Lionel James. There we go. Ooh, 43 is a 29. He's going to get dumped in the backfield. 7-yard loss on the quarterback sack. So Fouts does something you shouldn't do on at a time like this, or really any time. He gets sacked. Let's see who got him for the Dolphins. I bet it was someone who started with a B. And it was 21. Oh, no, it's not. It's John Offerdahl. John Offerdahl getting in there. He'll get the sack. Offerdahl, he was a pretty good player. I don't know what his card rating is because their defense isn't very good this year, but I do remember him as being a pretty good player. Where's he at? There he is. Yeah, he's a 4. Yeah, there he is. John Offerdahl. He's a MAC guy. Nice. He went to Western Michigan. Went to the Broncos. Love it. W1, QS1. Anytime I see a guy from the Mid-American Conference, I'm going to root for him. So that's where my degrees are from, the Mid-American Conference. All right, 3rd and 12. Let's go medium pass heavy. 17, that'll be a medium pass. 41. 41 is an AS, and it's going to be Wes Chandler. He's an A. So we'll stay at AS. Medium pass, AS. Fouts looking for Wes Chandler. Keep this drive going. 65 is not going to do it. It's a 19. That's incomplete, and it is 4th down. And the Chargers defense got to do something here. Miami did what they were supposed to do. Bring out Ralph Mosienko to punt. 55. I remember a lot of 55. 55. That is going to be a 4. I believe that's going to be a big punt. I think that's going to be like a 54 or a 48 maybe. 52. There it is. Yeah, 52 D10. And that's going to be taken at the 5-yard line. So he can let that roll. And back then, they used to do that. They used to let it roll. So that's what we're going to do. 52. Taken at the 5 by Gary Anderson. He's going to let it bounce, though. So the way that I do it is, I don't know what the proper way is. This is the way that I do it. Roll 1 die. Odd means it goes away from the end zone. Even means it goes toward the end zone. And it's going to be even. It's going toward the end zone. Now we roll 2 dice. Whatever the yardage is how far it goes toward the end zone. And we're going to roll an 8. So that's going to go 8 yards into the end zone. So then what we'll do is we'll go punt, return, and we'll say Craig Ellis does not return it. He lets it roll, and it's going to go -8 into the end zone, and that's going to result in a touchback. 1st and 10 Dolphins at their own 20. And 6 minutes to go. They just need a field goal to take the lead. A touchdown would be nice. And they have the greatest quarterback of all time, except Bernie Kosar. A 13. That's going to be a short pass. 44. Is that Clayton? No, it's Lorenzo Hampton, our starting running back. He's an A. Oh, 12 on your defense is a BG. So we're gonna go short pass. Marino to Hampton. AG. So Marino to Hampton. AG is a 45. That's a 10. And that's good for 10 yards, and Hampton goes out of bounds. Well done. Well done on the play here. Make it 1st and 10 now at the 30 for the Dolphins. And 18, we're going to go medium pass. 21 and 22. So the Chargers get their nickel and dime guy out there. It's an AD. 21 is Bruce Hardy. He's an A. So we're going to go medium pass AD. Marino to Bruce Hardy. Oh, no. 23 is a 23, and it's going to be intercepted. W65, Marino's 2nd interception of the day. Oh, man. Bad time for that roll. W65 46. That's a 20-yard pass. So it's going to be intercepted at midfield. Marino to Hardy for 20, but it's picked off. And getting it for the Chargers, they only had 5 guys intercept passes that year. And Leslie O'Neal's a defensive end, and he has a pretty big percentage there. He's got 8 of the 36 dice rolls, about 22% of the dice rolls. So he must have went back in coverage a few times and got some interceptions. Let's see who got it. And it is going to be Leslie O'Neal dropping back into coverage against the tight end. And he is going to step in front of that Marino bullet and pick it off. Let's see how his card looks. Leslie O'Neal. There he is. Oh, he's a WR. And look at those ones. Oh, my goodness. He's got pick sixes in his career. Wow, that's a 1 at every doubles number. Amazing. All right, we're rooting for doubles. Here we go. 33. O'Neal takes it back 50 yards for the touchdown, and the Chargers extend their lead. Huge play. I don't get pick sixes very often this game. That was fun. And I love Marino. And it's 29-21. It's an 8-point game. Bring out Rolf Benershka for the extra point. 26, the crowd going crazy. 22. And it's good. It is 30-21 Chargers. And I'll ask you guys again, how does the game know? How does it know what happened in real life? Unbelievable. 30-21. Let's kick it off with Mosienko. 51. That's a 38. Oh my, 73-09. Mosienko, his last kickoff went 9 yards deep. This one's going to go 8 yards deep. And Craig Ellis, again, will take a knee. Actually, I think that was Revez that kicked it deep last time, so never mind. All right, so it's going to be Craig Ellis taking a knee. It's going to be 1st and 10 Dolphins, 5.5 to go, now down 2 scores. We need to get some scores in a hurry here. Let's go medium pass heavy. And we'll get a 9. That'll be a medium pass. 55 is going to be Lionel James. Not Lionel James. 55 is going to be, back to Dan Johnson. He's a C. He had a big catch in the third quarter. 53 on your defense is a BS. We'll stay at BS. Medium pass. Medium pass BS. Marino looking for Dan Johnson. Oh, no, another small straight. It's a 20. Oh, it's incomplete. Oof. I thought he had back-to-back interceptions. But it's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be 2nd down at the 20. Let's go short pass heavy this time. I tried for a big play early. Let's see what we can do here. All right, an 8. That'll be a short pass. 52 is James Pruitt. And he is I believe he's a backup fullback. He's a C. 25 is an AD, make it a BD. So short pass BD, Marino to Pruitt. The defense is all over Marino, force him to dump it off to these guys before Duper and Clayton can get into their routes. 12. Oh, no, it's a 21. And it's incomplete. Oof. Oof. That's the 2nd straight play that was like 1 above the interception. That's going to be incomplete also. Wow. The Chargers defense came to play in this game. Marino to Pruitt, incomplete. Make it 3rd down. Let's go short pass heavy again. See if you can find one of those A receivers. 16, that'll be a medium pass. 43, that's going to be Hampton. He's a B on medium passes. 61 is a BS, so we'll go medium pass BS. Marino looking for Lorenzo Hampton. So Marino's 3 targets on this drive. Dan Johnson, James Pruitt, and Lorenzo Hampton. That's not a winning strategy for the Dolphins right there. Oh, but that is 44. That's a 5. And he'll find Hampton for 26 yards on 3rd and 10. Great play. Nice job of making me look silly. And it is going to be 1st and 10. And they're going to be at their own 46 now. 4.5 to go. Let's go medium pass heavy again. It's a 19. That is a medium pass. 56. That is, Jim Jensen. I have not. Jim Jensen was an A receiver in my 1989 set, and he's a C in this one. I have not said his name yet in this entire game, but he's a C. 52 on your defense is a BG. So medium pass, Marino, Jim Jensen against a C. Was it a BG? 52? Yeah, BG. 54 Marino. He is going to find Jensen for 6 yards, but we have a penalty. Flags down. Check the TH. 51. It's a 23. That's illegal contact on the defense. That'll wipe off the 6-yard completion. They'll take the 5 yards in the first down. And the Chargers with their 5th penalty of the game. Illegal contact. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Dolphins on the Chargers 49. And we're down to 4:15 to play in this game. Dolphins down 9. And we're going to go with an inside run. We're going to go with one run play here just to see if we can catch the Chargers. Oh, but we can't. That's a 66. Make it an AG. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, man, make it a BG. 31 is Hampton. So Hampton against a BG inside run. Oh, 52. They should not have run the ball. 27 and Hampton, he'll lose 2. Dolphins with just 36 yards rushing in this game. I'd love to call it their downfall, but I feel like most of their games were like that. Of course, they were 8-8 that year, so maybe. All right, 3:45 to go. 2nd and 12, back on the other side of the 50 on their own side. 2nd and 12. Let's go medium pass heavy. And we will get a 16. That's a medium pass. 26 is Ron Davenport. Man, the Chargers defense are flying all over the place. They're forcing Marino to dump these balls off. 32 is a BG. So we'll go BG short pass. No, BG medium pass to Davenport. 24 for Marino is an 11. And that's going to be complete. But Davenport only going to get 4 yards on the play. And the Dolphins are going to call a timeout here. They need to regroup. Plus, I need to take a breath. So let's call timeout here. This is an official timeout. I'm just counting against the Dolphins. 3rd and 8. We'll go short pass heavy. Oops, let's do that again. Let's do all that again. All right, 19, that's a medium pass. 24 is Bruce Hardy. He's a B on medium passes. 52, though, that's a BG. It's a medium pass BG, Marino to Hardy. 23. 23 is a 23, guys, and you know what that is? That's an interception. W64. Marino throws his 3rd interception of the game. I think in real life he didn't have any. His 3rd of the game. W64. And I think that's probably going to wrap it up, but you never know. W64. What do we got? 65. That is a 23-yard pass play. So he was throwing it down the middle pretty far to his tight end. Marino to Hardy. That's who the pass was to last time, and Leslie O'Neal got in there. Let's see if it happens again. 22, it's Leslie O'Neal again. He is blanketing Bruce Hardy in this game. And you know what Leslie O'Neal has? He's got 6 shots at another pick 6. I don't know that I've ever had 2 in one game. Again, let's look at his card. Look at that. At all those doubles numbers, you see those ones? I rolled a 33 last time. Let's see if we can do it again. Oh, no, a 46. That's a 25, and a 25 is no gain. No gain for Leslie O'Neal, but he will catch that ball. He will fall down, and the crowd will go nutty. They'll celebrate on the sidelines. 3:15 to go. Chargers 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they're going to go big here. We're going to run the ball at least once. A 3, that's an inside run. 24 on your defense is a BS. 44, that is going to be Timmy Spencer. So Tim Spencer inside run BS. 14. 35. We have a yard, but we have a penalty. We have a TE. So let's check the penalty. 23. That's going to be on the offense. That'll be holding on the Chargers. And the Dolphins will take that. Or will they decline it? Yeah, you know what? Because that gives them an extra play. I don't know if that's how you would think in real life, but in the game, that now gets them another first down play, which is at least another 15 seconds off the clock. So they're gonna decline the penalty. They'll give them the one. Was it a 1 yard gain? Yeah, they'll give them the 1 yard gain, and the penalty is only 15 seconds. So let's get rid of the penalty. We'll say run Spencer for 1 yard, and because of the penalty, the clock stops anyway, or it's 15 seconds anyway. So make it 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9. Chargers are going to go big again. And that's a 9. That'll be another inside run. 44. 44 is BG. 16 is Gary Anderson. So Gary Anderson against a BG on an inside run. 11. And that is going to be a first down. He's going to bust through the line. He'll only get 10 yards on that play. But that is enough for a first down. That's a big play. And the Dolphins will use our next timeout. 1 left. 30 seconds. And then use a timeout. 2.5 to go. 2:45 to go now. 1st and 10. They're going to go big again. Keep running the ball. All right. A 17. Well, that's a short pass. 15 on your defense is AD. He's going to do a little play action. He's going to look for Charlie Joyner on the short pass. And that is going to be, what did I say? AD? Yeah, AD. No. Yeah, AD. So Charlie Joyner from Dan Fouts. Short pass. Do that again. 12. Oh, no. 12. That's going to be 24. It's picked off. W59. What are you doing, San Diego? So that was Joyner. Oh, my. W59. 34. That's a 15-yard pass. It's picked off. Let's see who gets it from Miami. Whoops. Let's do that again. 15 intercepted. Wait. Oh, Charlie Joyner. View all. Why does it take the guy away? That's weird. And then, 15. This is the 15 I meant to click. There we go. Then we'll continue. All right. Picking it off is going to be, let's see who it is for the Dolphins. They had plenty more guys, including a couple of Blackwoods there, who can intercept this. Let's see who got it for the Dolphins. 43. And that is Mike Charles. Ooh, never trust a guy with 2 first names. Mike Charles. He is not a starter, so he's in there. He's in there in relief of the starting nose tackle, and he's going to pick off that ball. And he has an R column with a WR, but he doesn't have very much in the way of numbers. It's very strange. 52 is a 28, and he will actually lose a yard on the return, but the Dolphins take over. 1 timeout left, down 9. With 2.5 to go. And he'll lose a yard. All right, right off the bat, Marino going to look for a medium pass heavy play. With a leaner. All right, a 14. That is a medium pass. 56 is Jim Jensen. He's a C. 11. I question Miami's play calling in this game, in this fourth quarter, by the way. 11. That's a great defense. That's an AD. Make it a BD. So medium pass, BD, Marino to Jim Jensen. 43. The small straights are killing him. That's a 26. And Marino's going to do something he does not do very often. That is scramble. And that was that a BD? 11. Yeah, no, it was an AD. So that's a good defense to run against. So Marino outside run AD. 46, and that's a 25. That's no gain. And again, that would normally be a sack, but I just don't play it that way. I just call it a running play. And that's a 30-second play, so the Dolphins will use their last timeout here. And we're going to be at 2:15 to go. 2nd and 10. Let's go medium pass heavy again. A 1, that's a short pass. 16, that's Mark Duper. He's an A. 64 is a BS, making an AS. So short pass, AS. Marino to Duper. AS, Marino to Duper. 63. It's a 29. He's going to get sacked. 7-yard loss on the sack. The Chargers defense just came to play. Let's see who got it. 42. That's Billy Ray Smith. That's another sack for him. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 17 for the Dolphins. Let's go medium pass heavy. 2 is a short pass. It will be Mark Duper again. And 51. 51 is an AD. So short pass AD, Marino to Duper on 3rd and 17. 65 is an 18. That's going to be incomplete. 4th down. Marino, they got to go for it. And we'll go medium pass heavy again. 15 is a medium pass. 36, looking for Lorenzo Hampton. He's a B. 54 is an AG. So we're going to throw it against an AG. And it was a medium pass. Yep, medium pass AG, Marino to Hampton. 65 again, 18 again, and that is incomplete. And that's pretty much going to end the game. Incomplete. Marino could not get it done in the 4th quarter. Ended up 27 of 47, 308, 3 picks. That'll kill you. Chargers with the ball. No timeouts left for Miami, so we're going to go 3 kneel downs. So Fouts, kneel down, quarterback kneel, -1 yard, kneel. And we're going to do that 3 times. Oops, not a quarterback sack. Pass, Fouts, kneel. And one more time. This will end the game. Holy cow, what a game. And again, the APBA guys, they get it right. The Chargers hold off the Dolphins. The score was a little bit lower, but 30-21. And we have to look at stats. This is a great box score. Let's go here. Screen. And everything's updated. And let's take a look at the box score. And then we're going to take a look at the standings. I'm curious about the overall stats in this game. I mean, from the games I've played so far in 86. So 30-21. Neither team scored in the 3rd quarter, but the Chargers outscored them in the 4th quarter 14-7, which got them the victory for the most part. Look at this. Look at this rushing for Miami. Davenport, 5 for 18. Lorenzo Hampton, 6 for 7. And Woody Bennett, 1 for 11. Just not much there. There's Marino. Marino had 3 touchdowns, but he also had 3 picks. 27 of 47, 308. Mark Duper, 7 for 94 and a touchdown. Nat Moore, 3 for 57 and 2. Clayton and Nathan both get 5 catches. Duper was the most targeted, and then Nathan is second. I mean, that makes sense. These are the guys' numbers. Only 2 sacks, only 1 interception. They just did not play well. Let's go to the Chargers. Gary Anderson, 14 for 57 and a touchdown. Tim Spencer, 7 for 37. Curtis Adams struggled, but he did get the touch. 4 for -4 and a touchdown. You got to love that. Fouts, though, 29 of 41, 393, a touchdown and a pick. Way to go. Kellen Winslow, 9 for 137 on 12 targets. Wes Chandler, 7 for 84. Gary Anderson, 6 for 68. Sacks, Billy Ray Smith and Chuck Ehan with 2 each. And Mac Moore with 1. Look at the interceptions, though. Leslie O'Neal, 2 picks. Both of them as he was thrown to Bruce Hardy. One of them returned for a touchdown. Very much well done. Benershka, not too bad. And there you go. That will be it right there. Let's look at the overall stats, though. See, I haven't played, I think, is it 3 games now or 4? Let's go replay. We'll look at the stats first, the standings. I've played 3 games. Yeah, nothing exciting about that. But let's look. I'm curious about the passing stats. I'm going to go there first. So look at the yards so far. This is awesome. This is what I like. I know that it's probably a little inflated because of how I play, but I love seeing that Dan Marino has 308 yards passing. Everybody's over 300. He's the lowest. I love it. Completion percentage. What do we get here? We got Marino at 57. Fouts at 71. Touchdowns. Look at all those touchdowns. But look at all the interceptions, too. I love it. Oh, so great. Let's look at receiving then. Leading after six teams have played. Winslow, 9. Leads the way. Wes Chandler was 7. Mark Duper was 7. Yardage. Willie Galt, 167. Timmy Newsome, 5 for 148. Oh, that's the other Newsome. No, that's the other Timmy. Kellen Winslow, 9 for 137. Duper, 7 for 94. Anybody have 3 touchdowns? Everybody has 3 guys have 2. And that is going to be it for this game, everyone, this video. That was a lot of fun. I will be going back to 1983 next to play the next game in my tournament, and then we'll go back to 1986. We're going to stick in the 80s for a while. I love this 86 set, and I like this 83 tournament. We might sneak in a 65 or a 58, but right now we're going to stick in the 80s for a while. And I have a golf game to play. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you all next time.